Veronica was a tiny thing, short even in her heels as she walked into the bar. She wove through the crowd like a leaf drifting between branches in the wind. Her big, innocent eyes were the first thing Irina noticed, though. The older femme watched from across the bar as Veronica pulled up. There was only one thought that was on Irina's mind as she watched this ditz order her vodka Red Bull. It was time to come out of her retirement. A new victim had made itself known to her. She hadn't felt it pooling off a girl in years, almost thought her thirst was quenched after the last. But Veronica was going to be the newest cold case for the local police. Irina never stopped once, she locked on. She followed the girl through the crowd until she made her way to an empty booth. Irina slid in soon after. Being forward was the best approach. Don't give them any time to think. Mind if I sit here? Irina asked, as if she was going to move if Veronica said otherwise. Hi, sure, Veronica replied, startled but still incredibly bubbly. My friends canceled on me at the last minute, so I wouldn't say no to some company. Gods, Irina could not wait to pop this girl. She knew in just a few hours this girl's mood would be flipped completely, begging for a life, sobbing. The more bubbly they were, the better the facial expressions were when their world gets turned upside down. And even better that no one would be expecting her for a while. A pleasure to be in your company then. My name is Irina. The grin on the older femme stretched far across her face as she offered her hand across the table. The other girl took it with a giggle, a picture-perfect ditz. Hello, my name is Veronica. I haven't seen you around here before. Are you new? Oh, just visiting the city. I make lots of trips. Don't get to spend too much time in any one place, unfortunately. I take it you're local? Irina kept staring this younger girl up and down. What a perfect corpse she'll make. She was already soaking at the thought. Perfectly perky little tart. Oh yeah, like super local. My apartment is like right around the corner. Veronica covered her mouth as she giggled more, taking a sip of her drink till she was slurping ice. Oh, that sounds wonderfully convenient. May I get you another drink? Least I could do for letting me sit with you. Irina was already up before Veronica could even reply fully with her cherry. Oh yes, please, another vodka Red Bull would be great. The older woman just smiled as she walked towards the bar, fidgeting with a beautiful larger ring on her finger, box-like and shining amongst the others she wore. A ring that she would open quickly and dump a powder from into Veronica's next drink while the bartender was turned around, closing out her tab already as asked. Irina didn't intend to spend much longer here, as she also closed out Veronica's for her. She returned to the booth with a toothy grin. Cheers, dear. Irina clinked her simple cranberry juice and seltzer with Veronica's lace drink. Small talk got smaller and smaller until Veronica was melting into Irina's lips, her bright red lipstick sticking behind on the other woman. Ooh, maybe I'm becoming a lightweight, the younger girl slurred as she pulled back. Usually I can go for a few more drinks. Irina simply smiled more. Maybe we should get you back to your place and call it an early night? Yeah, it sounds nice. You walk me? Irina couldn't believe how easy this girl was. Of course, dear. We have to look out for each other. Take my arm. I already closed your tab. You're like so nice, Irina, and so pretty. The predator simply took the girl's hand and tucked her in her arm as they left the bar. She was so caught up she didn't notice her own head spinning now. By the time they got to Veronica's front door, Irina was using the younger girl to keep herself up. "Oh, are you okay?" Veronica asked gracefully, putting out her keys to unlock the door. "Come in and sit down." Oh, oh yeah, I'll be okay." Irina was reaching and fumbling for a hidden knife. Before she could pull it out, though, she was pulled into the darkened living room of the apartment and set her on the couch. Veronica sat herself down on Irina's lap, legs on both sides of the other woman. "I think I brought you a really good one, Daddy," Veronica called out. A lamp turned on. Sitting in the room with them was another woman, watching the corner. She seemed to be closer to Irina's age, a hard-looking butch covered in tattoos playing with a knife of her own. "You did indeed, baby girl," the woman said in a deep, husky voice. Irina wanted to push Veronica off and run, but try as she might, she couldn't get her body to move from the spot. "She tried to roofie me, but good thing we built up a tolerance," Veronica said with another giggle, turning to look back at Irina. "It was a nice try, but my lipstick is a much better drug." The butch stood up and walked over to join the others, sitting next to Irina and wrapping her arm around her, Veronica still on her lap. "Was my little bait doll that tempting, Irina? You should have stayed in retirement. You had a chance to live a long life." There was pure terror in Irina's eyes. She couldn't move. She couldn't speak, as much as she wanted to scream. "Not as much fun on the other side of the table now, is it? How many did you have? 10, if I remember correctly. Not a bad run, but you just had to make it 11. Irina felt the cold metal against her throat. She was stupid, couldn't control herself after getting off clean. Normally, Veronica here just gets first-time pests for me. Feels more like a service I'm providing, cleaning up the cockroaches of society. They think they can be like us." Veronica wasn't even paying attention anymore. She had made her way over to her daddy's lap and was making out with her neck while she talked. "Didn't think she'd ever pull in a catch like you." The nameless woman reached into Irina's pocket and pulled out a knife that had been waiting. It was a beautiful thing, Italian-made stiletto blade. It flicked out with a fluid motion, slender and glittering like Irina herself. "Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. Make a nice little spot for it in my collection. Have you ever cut yourself with it? Know what your victims felt?" Irina hadn't been able to even look away from the other woman's eyes, pure fear in her face. Mind screaming to move, to do anything, but it was to no avail. "This has been a lovely chat, really, but I got other business to deal with tonight. You really got Veronica worked up, you know." The girl pulled herself away from the other's neck, already leaving marks on her. "Daddy, I want my reward." Yes, you'll get it, honey." The butch turned back to Irina. "I think you know how the rest of this will go." She stood up and hoisted Irina's body over her shoulder. The last minutes of Irina's life blurred into one fluid motion. The nameless woman carried her into the basement, placed her gently onto the plastic tarp on the cement, and flashed Irina's knife at her again. "Don't worry, they won't find you. They'll still worry you could be lurking out there. But I'll know. You were just a smaller fish in a bigger game. I do hope you had a good last night. Shame you didn't soak it in and enjoy playing with Veronica a bit more." The blade sliced cleanly through Irina's neck as she gurgled on her blood until the darkness fully closed in, and it was done.